Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm based in the UK, and anything you see on my channel you can purchase in my online store. The link is in the down bar below. Today, I have a project for Inspire.Create.Challenge, which is a challenge blog that I used to run, and I've recently handed the reins over to the fabulously talented Jo Blackman. And she has taken it and ran with it and is doing amazing things, and I would just love you to go and check it out. But this fortnight's challenge is a fancy fold. And if you've been here for a little while, you know I'm quite partial to a fancy fold. But I spotted this one on Pinterest about a week ago and thought, oh, I'll have a go at that, because it just looks so fun. This one, I have used the Fancy Flora DSP and 2-inch circle punch to make this. I just think this is brilliant. So, but it's a bit tight. I've got to admit, the belly band on this one's a bit tight. So we've got a belly band, and this is a Hexagon twist pocket fold. So when she does it the right way, look at that. So you've got, like, you could put like little note cards in there, kind of cute little pocket for a gift card. It would hold a gift card beautifully, actually. But I haven't made those today. I've just stuck with the card base itself. But isn't that so fun? Wouldn't that be so cool to receive in the post? It would probably go through the UK post. It's quite flat, depending on how well you burnish. But shall we have a go at making one? I have got to admit, this took me a little minute to do. Here is my first one, where I put the DSP on the wrong pieces. I will show you that though as we go along, because I think it's an important lesson in how not to cut this. So, I'm gonna put my paper on. I have got today, so this one was the Fancy Floral. I've got the Irresistible Blooms Designer Sims paper today. So hello Irresistible. This is on the online exclusive, and it's just absolutely stunning. I am really enjoying it. So I've got the paper and some petal pink cardstock. So I'm going to move all my scrappy bits out of the way and just take our A4 sheet. Now, I don't usually start off with an A4 sheet when I do tutorials. Usually I've pre-cut. But today, you got it from the very beginning. So, our piece of A4 is 21 centimetres that way by 29.7 this way. And all of the measurements for this will be over on my blog. Do not panic about writing anything down. And I will put the imperial measurements over there as well. I'll probably only call out the metric ones because that's what I'm using, and otherwise it'll hurt my brain. So we're going to cut on the long side at 20.7 centimetres. There are, like, they're all in whole millimetres today, but there are kind of points. Then we're going to turn it back. So we've got the 21 centimetre side at the top, and we're going to score at 10.5. So you've got two blades on your Stampin' Trimmer. You've got your dark grey blade and your light grey, and the light grey blade is the scoring blade. The dark grey blade is the cutting one. We want to put that right up out of the way. We're going to turn it around, and then we're going to score 4 times on that 20.7 centimetre side. So we're going to score at 1.2 centimetres. Ooh, get me jumper caught in my trimmer. I am having one of those days today. 7.3. 1, 2, 3. 13.4. And 19.5. And then, so we've got a kind of grid, you can see. We need to we need to score some diagonals. So you've got 6, so 2 skinny edges. We're going to discount those in a second. You've got 6 rectangles. We're going to take the top right of this one, and we're going to go all the way through to the bottom left of the middle one, and then the same across. So this is really easy to do on the Stampin' Trimmer, because you can move the cutting arm right out the way. So we're going to line up where you've got that score mark, and then where you've got the score at the other end, in the channel where your blade goes, and and score. And then again, the same on the next bit. And I've not scored that one all the way to the top. That's bad, isn't it? Let's do that. So then I can line that one up there, that one up at the bottom, jiggle it around and trim. And then we're going to, oh, she says, manages to not score very well. There we are, that's better. So now you've got kind of 4 squares with 2 kind of tram lines through the middle. While we've got our trimmer out, let's chop our designer series paper. These are 6x6 pieces, so you're going to need 2 pieces for this. So we need 2 pieces that are 10.1 centimetres, trim that off, by 5.7. 6, 7, that's 1. 5, 6, 7, that's 2. And then 2 pieces that are 9.8 by 5.7. And this is because these are the ones we're going to cut. We're going to cut these 2 diagonally. 5, 6, 7. So exactly the same as you did when you were scoring. It's slightly easier because you've got the corners to line up this time. And we're going to just slot those into triangles. So you line up your 2 points in your cutting channel and cut. And then, so you've got a little pile of scraps left. The widest scrap we're going to take and we're going to chop down to, so it's 5.4, 5.5, and we're going to cut it down to, I've lost my measurement, 10.2, like so. I'm going to pop that over to one side because that's for our belly band, that piece. Move all of our scraps out of the way. So then we've got 2 rectangles and 4 squares. Now before we kind of stick those on, we're going to do our cutting and scoring of this piece. So let's burnish all of our edges. So, and we do need to burnish really well. The better you burnish this, the flatter it sits when it's all folded together. And then straight across the middle. And then we've got our 2 diagonals. 1, 2, like so. So now we've got this kind of arrangement. What we're going to do is we're going to chop it off. So you've got your 2 skinny rectangles down the edges. You're going to take away the top left and the bottom right. And what I am going to do as well is I'm just going to notch in as I chop off. Now my scissors are, I need some Goo Gone or something because they've got really sticky. Keep meaning to buy myself. I've got 1 pair of snips and I keep meaning to buy myself another pair. Might actually do that this afternoon. Got to put an order in for some more catalogues, which is very nice. And so I might well pop myself another pair of snips from that order. Yeah, there are lots of things going on in the Stampin' Up shop at the moment. We've got the online exclusives. You've got your last chance products as well. So we are in retiring for the current annual and the current mini. So the January to April catalogue is also about to leave us. So there's loads of stuff going on. Do pop over to the online store and check it all out because there's so much in there. There is the last chance has some discounts as well, which is very cool. I think it's up to 60% off. Some things, not everything's discounted, and things are discounted at different amounts, but up to 60% off. So now we need to pop our designer series paper on. So we've got our 2 rectangle pieces that go in the pieces that are still rectangles. So let's do that first. I am just using my stamp and seal. You could, of course, use wet glue for this if you are more confident with wet glue. Me and wet glue do not get on particularly well. I'm trying. I'm not brave enough to do it on video yet. I am, yeah. So, and then we've got our triangles. Now, this is my original one. This was my prototype. Can you see? So, I put my I put one rectangle on, I didn't put the other one on. These pieces are in the wrong place because when this folds up and folds, they're on the back. So, these pieces, the kind of top triangles, don't need DSP on. The bottom half, the bottom triangles are the ones where you're going to put your designer series paper, okay? So we'll do that. Yeah, so have you been enjoying my content recently? I've been trying to switch things up a little bit here on YouTube, and I've been trying to do a bit more vlogging. So you can see what it's like in my craft room. I sorted out my cardstock last week, ready for the fabulous colour refresh that I am very excited about. I'm excited to try some of the new Stampin' Up! Colours. I haven't got any yet. My pre-order is due, according to the UPS app, which we know is really reliable, is due today. However, it has had its import scan and hasn't moved. So I'm filming this on Friday, so I'm not hopeful it's going to arrive before Monday, which is really annoying. But it is what it is. Yeah, so that'll be my pre-order, and I haven't put actually any of the new coloured. I've put the new in colours in there, but I haven't put any of the new core colours in that order. Not yet. That is coming. It will happen. But while I'm talking about in colours, there is an in colour club that will be going live on my blog tomorrow. So if you're interested in the new in colours, hop over there in the morning, because there'll be all the information about my in colour club Monday morning, the 24th. I think it'll be the 24th. You're on my phone, which is my calendar. So I also have a coffee today because, yeah, it's been one of those days. I went to the gym first thing this morning and now can't quite lift my arms. So before we fold, that's it. So we've still got a piece of cardstock left, designer series paper left, and I've also got a strip of cardstock that we're going to use as our belly band. So I'm going to move those off to one side. Let's fold this up. This is tricky, this bit. So I have got some tear and tape. Before we do the tear and tape though, we need to just trim off. So what you can see, we've notched the middles. We need to take a kind of quite an acute angle for these two pieces, because you'll see when I fold it up, it needs to kind of match this line here. So if you fold it up and you can see the whole of that score line, your trim is absolutely fine. Just the way it folds. So that's that. Then we're going to pop some tear and tape. You could use wet glue for this. Again, me and wet glue are not particularly friendly, so I'm sticking with tape. And we're going to just pop that on those tabs that we've created, and then we'll pop the tab inwards and burnish that tab really well. I'm going to grab my take a pick, and I'm just going to pull off that top edge and fold it so I've got a sticky out a little bit. Then I'm going to do exactly the same on the bottom one. So I'm going to just stick it out so it's that way. Then we're going to fold it in half, line everything up, and then I can pull these tabs really gently and pull all that tape off. And it just means that I'm not sticking like I'm not sticking everything together all at once. And I've got a little bit more wiggle room. So now you've got a great big pocket. And did we fold? Yeah, we did fold. Yes, we did. We now need to manipulate this into the correct shape. So she says this bit hurts my brain every single time I've done it. So let's get this one out. Take the belly band off again. And you can see, so see how that's kind of, you've ended up with like 2 diamond shapes. So that piece comes forward like that. And it does take a little minute to get the cardstock to do what you want it to do. But once it's done it once, you will find it will be fine. There we go. And it is just a simple twist, but it feels really wrong. It does feel really, really wrong. Once you've done it a couple of times, you'll find that it'll just do it. That cardstock's just got to know where it's going. So I then like to burnish again, just so that it knows, that cardstock then sort of knows where it's supposed to be. And this is the point where you could create your little cards to go on the inside. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to pop that off to one side for a second and just grab out my belly band. So this piece is 6 centimetres wide by 23.7 centimetres long. And, I've wibbled the camera. I am sorry. I'm going to wrap it around like that. So line it up with, because it's the same width as this piece, so you can line it up with there, and then quite simply just wrap it around, make everything square, and then burnish it. Like so. I'm going to pop a little bit of adhesive on that edge there and fold it across. So I'm actually going to do this around my actual card, just because there is a little bit of, try and give it a little bit more wiggle room. That's better. And then this piece here that we cut earlier goes straight on there. Now there is a slightly bigger border around this piece than I would usually, just because of not wanting to use another piece of designer series paper. If you were using 12 by 12, you could quite easily, kind of make this a more usual size. So there we go. And then we just need to add a sentiment. Like so. So what this one I've done, I've just used the Something Fancy stamp set on a piece of basic white, stamped in balmy blue, and I've used the 2-inch circle punch. Now this punch is still available. I say it's still available. It is coming back into stock tomorrow, it says on the website, so it should be back in stock ASAP. But it is currently unavailable, but it will be back, which is fabulous. I'm going to punch a circle out of basic white. I'm going to punch another circle out of basic white because I don't know what's happened to the back of that one. I think it's got stuck to something at some point. And then we had a little square of cardstock left. Waste not, want not. I'll punch a circle out of that. And then I've got the Irresistible Blooms stamp set, and I actually don't know which stamp's going to fit at this point. Or we could do Thank You. It might just stick off the end a little bit. That's absolutely fine. So, and you could dress this up any way you like. It would be just fabulous. That's Floating Flamingo. I have lost, I'm going to use Daffodil Delight because that's the other colour in this paper. I've lost my Petal Pink ink pad. I have a funny feeling that my delightful son, who is 2.5, has been in my office and moved it. He does this. He's cheeky. And he's moved it and I don't know where he's put it. So instead of hunting around, I'm just using different colours for the time being. A little bit of seal on our petal pink piece. Now on this one, I wrapped a piece of balmy blue ribbon as well. Haven't got anything in the right colours for this card, so we're going to leave it without. And 3 dimensionals on the back. And slightly off centre. There we go. And that is our card for today. Thank you so much for joining me this week. As always, give us a like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.